I come to you with the swaying of the leaves. I come to you with the gentle movement of the clouds. There are times when you do not feel the gentleness, when you do not feel steady, that you are in true balance. For you know you are affected by that which happens around you. And when those times come, know that I am with you. Come put your feet on the grass and hear each blade of grass singing its song. Look up at the sky and watch the clouds as they move. We mean that many changes are about to take place in your social, financial, and political life. In your social life, the inhabitants of many countries will no longer want to be led like innocent little children, but will want to be respected by their rulers and others. However, for this to happen, there is likely to be crowd movements in these many countries. These movements will somewhat block the social life of your countries, but may still bring about transformations equivalent to small revolutions in your lives. Many lightworkers are starting to, and already are feeling it, as we are being pulled into higher action on multiple soul levels, as many of us have been prepared to do this work for many thousands of Earth years and cosmically. We are the ground crew and the task force, and in truth, not limited by the physical, as our souls are not bound to it, and never have been. Thus know that the physical body will struggle to keep up with all which is going to happen, and is already happening at super quantum speed and is an unstoppable force. Yet it is loving and fluid, flowing, flexible. Go deeper within, for your soul has now merged with the monadic groupings and amplifying your soul's ability to rise up to this momentous occasion and rise and render highest loving service in ever-expanded ways. The big picture is everything that does not align with universal law is going to come undone. Universal peace, love, individual freedom and prosperity for all is universal law. It will be as if Great Spirit presses in with the beautiful many masters, saints and sages. This includes benevolent, spiritually and technologically advanced off-worlders. Some are ancient ancestors while the earth is ascending. Humanity and the darker forces caught in the middle will have no other option than to heal. Release the past and align with universal law. Karma, reaction will be amplified and accelerated. There is no wrathful God. This will all be one's own undoing or ascension. There is, however, evolution, destiny, and those who ensure evolution takes the upward spiral. You may even wish to go out in the rain and let that come down as well upon your sacred body. It is the moments of stopping, listening, absorbing. For each part of my body is meant to bring you joy, even when there is rain outside or if there are fires roaring. And yes, you wonder, how can that be? How can that be that if there is destruction outside, or if those are suffering, I can be in joy? Mother Gaia, for you are designed to be beloved. You are designed to let that joy sustain you. Yes, you have compassion and sympathy. You often take suffering as your own, but the suffering is meant to be dispersed. It is meant to transition into another state. How is that done? It is done with you holding the joy. It is with you holding the love, sending your compassion, and then find that which lifts you to the highest heights. Humans, particularly since the pandemic you experienced a short while ago, have understood how much they are being manipulated and deceived by their governments. Most humans no longer want this and want to be recognized and respected. People on Earth increasingly want to live in peace, not only around them, but also in their hearts. As a result, they're becoming more and more inward-looking. reflecting on their life on this planet and trying to understand what they've been living for so many years under the yoke of all those powerful financial, political and other beings. The year 2025 will be the springboard for the transformation of your social and family life, and even your work. As companies will also have to adapt to respecting their employees, by not forcing them to live under the obligation of bringing in sales and meeting targets that are often very disturbing for many of you. You will often be astounded of what you are capable of becoming when you allow yourself to expand and be lifted even more into your true soul self as your infinite soul knowledge and abilities come to the fore. Remember, this is the inward revolution, the total shift into the higher vibrational frequencies of the 5th to 7th dimensional frequency bands and the rebirth of the cosmic conscious soul within you. Listen to the alligators at night with their mating calls. Listen to the lions roaring. Know that within each sound there is modulation. There are sacred tones that are there to infuse you, to bring you to the place of joy, to bring you to the place of sacred healing. That you radiate out those vibrations within affecting those on the other side of the world, of my planet. Now take a moment and either think of or look at the sun and let the rays of warmth, the rays of love, the rays of each divine blessing and virtue that you have been gifted with infuse your very being. Now see each one of those rays shining, infusing, bringing hope, bringing beauty, bringing a glimpse that the sun is shining again. You don't always think that I am here to help you, to love you, to sing to you. Let me, beloveds, I have my mother's heart and it wants to envelop you, and I do so, even if you forget me and do not turn to me. This is a reminder to do so. Farewell, with all my love. Let's get back to the spiritual. The changes taking place in your society are due to the transformation of the human being's heart and mind. Of course, this won't be the case for all human beings, as many will want to stay and continue in this materialistic, protective life they're afraid to leave. But the transformation of your thoughts, the wishes of your heart to live on a planet of peace and serenity, will propel your planet and your humanity towards ways of living totally different from those you currently encounter. It's obvious that this will lead to a split among the human race, with one side remaining static and the other eager for this change towards peace and respect. This year, for the moment, doesn't show you what's likely to happen. But you can be sure that the trigger for the crowd movements that are in the offing will be the mistakes made by your rulers, who will believe that they can do anything they like in your lives. All it will take is one word too many from a president for everything to be set in motion. You can mitigate these disturbances by offering your love and light to your people and to all humanity, who will need these beautiful energies to advance towards the new earth. Of course, the new earth that we often speak of will come to you more quickly if you offer it the love of your heart, its light and respect in all things and in all beings. There are two spirals in evolution. The upward spiral living according to universal law, a spiritual life in service and harmony with each other and the planet. The downward spiral is going against universal law in self-service, living in disharmony with others and the planet. Those with an insatiable lust for power and wealth, desiring to control and dominate, are on the downward spiral. Both spirals are being amplified, accelerated in what many call the quickening. We have spoken about all this for years, and it is written about as far back as 1988 in the books and newsletters. So how does this factor into the future? Great Spirit has given its best for these times. You are going to see some powerful leadership arise on both sides as things become more polarized. Nothing will be hidden. Everything will be made known. The iniquities of all men or women will be shouted from the rooftops. The safeguard Creator put in place. The fail-safe is the soul and its connection to Source, which will be activated. Many have incarnated from many planes, dimensions, advanced civilizations to be a part of the planetary liberation, the awakening and healing of humanity and the Earth. Ancient memories will surface from previous civilizations that have come and gone. There are those that want to use technology to dominate, spy on, and control the masses which worship the intellect and technology. These were the Atlanteans. Then there were the Lemurians, both spacefaring, which lived according to the law of one, helping those less fortunate to reach their highest potential. They worshipped the unseen God in everyone and everything. A great battle broke out, initiated by Atlantis, yet Lemuria ended it, steering a meteor impacting Atlantis. Let's not do this again. But before the arrival of the new Earth, it will be necessary to purify the Earth and its humanity, as we told you recently. This will allow the progressive erasure of human violence on many levels. Once again, we ask you not to live in fear. Understand that what is happening and will happen is totally necessary to cleanse planet Earth and its humanity of all the heavy and burdensome energies that no longer have a place. All this won't happen overnight, as you well understand. But the more you trust in life, in nature, the faster you'll reach those moments of fulfillment you've been looking for so long. Dear brothers and sisters of the Earth, we're here to accompany you with our love and light, so that the transformation of your life goes as smoothly as possible.